For number one, don't waste this waste. It's generations. People in many parts of the United States have become accustomed to dividing their household waste products into different categories for recycling. Regardless, paper must go in. Well, it's giving an example of how they're dividing their waste. So it would be more like, for example, uh, so I'm on number two. Reading about compost. It also enhances soil texture, encouraging healthy roots and minimizing or annihilating the need for chemical fertilizers. Well, that just seems redundant. Minimizing and annihilating. Minimizing or eliminating. Minimizing or closing. Minimizing or ousting. Well, it asks for two, but minimizing and eliminating. Minimize. Well, it's not annihilating or ousting or closing, or it's just eliminating. Better that soil. Oh, well, annihilating, ousting, and closing the door wouldn't best fit for this type of context. Encouraging healthy roots and minimizing or eliminating the need for chemical fertilizers. Annihilating is just, it wouldn't fit in the context of chemical fertilizers. Better than soil at holding more moisture. Compost minimizes water waste and storm runoff. It increases savings on watering costs. Well, this is parallel structures, so sorry. Better than soil at holding moisture. Compost minimizes water waste and storm runoff, increases savings, and helps reduce. So increases savings. C. In large quantities. And helps reduce erosion on end banks in large quantities, which one could expect. Well, there's a start of a parentheses, so, and you can't change that, so you gotta have the beginning parentheses. Now it's just punctuation, no semicolon. It would just be, in large quantities, compost can be converted into natural gas with the comma at the end. In spite of all compost's potential uses, however, most of this so-called waste is wasted. According to Environmental Protection Agency, over 13 million tons of metal ended up in U.S. landfills in 2009. The writer wants to include information from the graph that is consistent with the description, which choice most effectively accomplishes goal. So we need to go down to the graph and so we see food waste and yeah, about 13 million metal. Let's see what are the choices. 6 million tons of rubber, over 6 million tons of rubber and leather, 10 million tons of textiles, or 33 million tons of food waste. 33 tons in millions of tons. Wait, what's the question? The writer wants to include information with the description of compost in the passage. Well, if it's talking about compost, it wouldn't, metal, rubber, leather, or textiles really wouldn't help create compost. It's food waste, so it'd be D. Ended up in U.S. landfills in 2009, along with over 13 million tons of yard debris. Remarkably, less gas was discarded in landfills in that year than any other substance. The writer wants to support the paragraph's main idea with accurate, relevant information. Which choice most effectively accomplishes this goal? With accurate. Well, in this paragraph, it's talking about all compost potentially over 13 million tons of dash. 13 million tons of yard. Which choice? Remarkably less glass, more metal. Yeah, well, more yard. Is yard waste even a thing? Yeah, it doesn't even say yard waste. It's just food waste. So most food waste was discarded than any other thing, because we've been discussing about compost and its uses. So we should be discussing how compost is being wasted, not glass. No. Glass was discarded. Even worse than the squandering of this useful resource is the fact that compost in landfills cannot break down due to the lack of necessary air and moisture. Even worse than the squandering of this resource. So it's then and then. It seems like it's not then. Even worse than the squandering of this most useful resource is the fact. No, it's not then. So not A or C. Even worse than the squandering. Even worse than no. There's no need. There is no need for a comma. Even worse than the squandering. Even worse than yeah. As a result, organic material that is sent to landfills contribute to the release of methane. Sent to landfills contribute to the release of methane, a very potent greenhouse gas. Potent means powerful, influential, no, commanding, no. Commanding gases can't be commanding, they're not influential, sturdy. I think potent greenhouse gas would be correct. Powerful greenhouse gas. I think that's what it means. But as a result, organic material that is sent to landfills contribute. So, A. I skipped 9. I need to go back to 8. As a result, organic material that is sent to landfills. So our subject is organic material contribute to the release. You can just, that is, you don't need this, but organic material is singular, so As a result, organic material that is sent to landfills contributes to the release of it. Organic material. All the organic materials. Uh, I'm not even sure if organic material is singular or plural, but materials would have been plural, so I think it's contributes. Are contributing, have contributes to. Okay, which choice most affected transition from the previous paragraph? What's the previous paragraph about? Contribute to the release of methane, a very potent greenhouse gas. Which choice provides the most effective transition from the previous paragraph? While composting can sometimes lead to accidental pollution, though, the release of methane gas, sites such as Seattle. Though government regulations, it didn't talk about government regulations. Armed with these facts, mindful of this setback, then lead to accidental pollution during the release of methane gas. Cities such as San Francisco and Seattle have instituted mandatory composting laws, requiring individuals and businesses to use separate bins for composting. Numerous sorting that air moisture, release of methane. Mindful of this setback. Armed with these facts, no. Mindful of this setback, I think it's A, no change. Mindful of this setback, cities such as, well, composting can sometimes lead to accidental pollution through the release of methane gas. Well, it's because mindful of this setback that cities have instituted mandatory laws, not because release some methane. I think it would be D. D, 10 is D. And then 11, a strict approach may not work, however, given the clear benefits of composting and remember the costs of not composting, all municipalities should encourage their residents to create their own compost piles for use in backyard gardens or to create or to dispose of compostable and or yeah, it's no change. Nor, no, it's not telling them not to, but no, and no. It's or, not, and it's not but. They're same things. A lion's share of lack. I'm on number 12 now. In the beginning of February, and they do every year, thousands of people in the square in Chinatown in Washington, D.C. The crowd has gathered to celebrate Lunar New Year. The street is a sea of red. Red is a traditional Chinese color of luck and happiness. Combines, yeah. The street is a sea of red. Red, yeah, they're both independent. So, comma wouldn't work. Comma's place. Red, in addition. That is the traditional Chinese color of luck. In other words, red is. In addition, red is. I think B would be the best trend. The street is a sea of red. In addition, red is. But then the last one's still independent. Last sentence, still independent. In other words, red is street is sea. Red, the color that is. The street is a sea of red, the color that is the traditional Chinese color of luck and happiness. Yeah, I think it's B. Yeah, well, this wouldn't work because yeah, that's the only point right there. And then this, in other words, red is so it comes on in addition. In other words, so it'd be in addition. There's no similarity between those two phrases. So for 13, buildings are draped with festive red banners and garlands. With festive red banners. There's no need for a comma right here because it's only just two things. So A and B are out. C and D. Why is there a? There's no need for this dash. So draped with festive red banners and garlands. D. 14. Experts agree that lion dances originated in the Han Dynasty. However, there is little agreement about the dance's original purpose. Some evidence suggests that the earliest version of this dance was an attempt to ward off an evil spirit. Lions are obviously fierce, which choice most effectively completes the explanation of the possible origin of the lion dance. The evil spirit was called Lion. No, that doesn't help for the best accomplish this goal right here. Possible origin of the lion dance. Villagers dressed in lion costumes to scare the spirit away. Maybe. Lions are obviously very fierce. Precise location of the ruins. No. Scare the spirit away. Lions are obviously fierce. Well, it's asking about the origin of the lion dance, so it'd probably be C. Lions are obviously very fierce. That doesn't explain anything about the origin of lion. Let me just read it all. Another theory is that an emperor, upon waking from his dream about lion, hired an artist to choreograph the dance. The current function of the dance is celebration. Which choice most effectively concludes no? Functions, yeah, well, it's called lion dance. So. It turns out that the origins of the lion dance are irrelevant. No, that's a bad one. Whatever its origins, today lion dance is a joyous spectacle, a celebration of the promise of the new year. Things are different these days, of course. Well, it mentions origins. Today, lion dance is a joyous spectacle. Goes back to the beginning. How they're, yeah. Wait, but it's this paragraph, right? Not that, mixing it up. Includes the paragraph. It turns out the origin lines, right? So, there's little argument about the dance's original purpose. Some evidence suggests that. Another theory. Things are different these days. Whatever its origins, similar as a joyous spectacle. Well, it's not A. Things are different these days, of course. No. Turns out the origin of lion dance are irrelevant. I think that is. Why suddenly talk about today? What it's all about. It's just a history, backtrack history. It's irrelevant. Lion dance requires strength, grace, and coordination of two dancers, both of which both are, well, It's not which, it's whom. Line dance coordination of two dancers, both of whom are completely hidden by elaborate bamboo line costume maneuver. It's not both. Both of them are almost. I think it's A, no change. Which both is not the right answer. Both of them, no. Okay, gotta keep moving. Many of the moves in the dance, such as jumps, rolls, and kicks, are similar to martial arts and acrobatics. Well, it's similarities. So the moves in the dance, such as jumps, kicks, are similar to those in martial. No, discipline is a martial. Martial art. No. What's okay? Number 18. It's the sentence is already. While there are many regional variations of line dance costume, homemaking extends reveals the symbols and colors. Lines is often adorned with phoenix, a mythical bird. Which choice provides you for the most consistent in style and content? The information about symbolism of the tortoise. Or tortoise for longevity. Oh, so we're trying to. It's about symbolism. So mythical bird, no. It's for symbolic reasons, definitely no. It's B for new beginnings, or tortoise for longevity. Green lines encourage friendliness. Gold and red lines represent braveness. Their older counterparts, yellow and white lines, dance more slowly and deliberately. Oh, sentence 5. Yeah, there's something. So where does sentence 5 belong? In some variation line dances of different colors with different ages. In the middle corner, black lines are the youngest, therefore they dance quickly and playfully. For sentence 7. They're older cardinal, that's more slowly. Well, it's talking about black lines dancing quickly and playfully, so I'm going to consider sentence 7. Where it is now doesn't fit. Golden and red lines represent braveness. They're older carnivores. No. After sentence 1, whatever colors. And then suddenly they're older counterparts. No, that doesn't work. They're older counterparts. Yeah. And then sentence 3, green lines encourage friendliness. No. I think it's D after 7 because both of them are talking about the speed. 20. And parades wind its way through Chinatown. The music and lion dance reaches its climax with the plucking of the greens. Reaches its climax. Its possessive should be B. Know that. Approaching a doorway in which dangles a red envelope filled with green paper money. The lion stoops snare the envelope. Lions snares the envelope. Filled with green paper money. Approaching a doorway in which dangles a red envelope filled with green paper money. Lion's teeth snare. Teeth of the lion's snare. Approaching the doorway. Envelope is stared by the lion. No, wrong word order. Need to match the lion snares the envelope with its teeth. The teeth of the lion snare the envelope. Yeah. Approaching a doorway in which dangles filled with green paper. Lion's teeth snare the envelope. Lion snares the envelope. Its teeth. Teeth of lion snare. I think it's A actually, because it's more precise. Short. Lion's teeth just snare envelope, yeah. It then chews up bills and spits out the money filled envelope instead of chewing it up. It then spits out the money filled envelope. Spits out the envelope. and spits out the money from an envelope that had money in it. Instead of chewing it up, envelope that had been dangling from the door. I think it's ain't no change because, and then it spits it out instead of completing the chewing it up. It's important that we have that envelope that had money in it. And dangling from, but it says choose it. Okay, I need to keep going. I'm just spending way too much time. Okay, 23. Court reporters for years have been the record keepers of the court, taking scrupulous notes during hearings. Super rigorous, spot on notes. Well, court reporters for years have scrupulous, precise, spot on attempts. I think scrupulous works. Notes during hearings, depositions, and other. Yeah, there's no need for semicolons, so it's C. So B and C. Well, at this point, the writer is considering adding the following graph. Simply vital in courtrooms, although machines can easily make digital audio recordings of court events, they lack the nuance of human court recorder in providing a precise record. Salary comparison? What? It doesn't even talk about their salary, it's talking about how they're necessary in the court. Yes, because SORT supports the claim that court reporting is an important part of a trial. No, because it prevents information that is not directly related to the paragraph's discussion of the role of court reporters. No, because it does not provide information about the pay scale, more experience. That is C. C in my marker. Okay, what is this? Yep, so this is C. It doesn't even talk about payroll. I mean, it presents information that's not related directly. Why pay? And is not subjected, as the machine records everything faithfully as it occurs, and is not subject to subjected. Why subjected? Subjective. It's a subject to human errors such as mishearing. However, with the rise of high quality recording technology, one second, I'm gonna start writing court reporters as a record keeper is decreasing. Court reporters each as a record keeper as record keepers. Court reporters, well, it's a plural and a plural, so it should be plural. So the balance of court reporters as record keepers is decreasing. To be so C. It's important that it's plural. Make the paragraph go most sentencing. Where it is now after, it's not where it is now after semicolon 3 or 4. Court reporters. No, not sentence 1. Pegboards are instantly translated in the computer screen. Well, if you say which is, you can't use that. Which is that with the increased reliance their opinion is that. Opinion is that. Well, Chambers of Court reporting though argue the opposite. That's not no semicolon. No, it's not a dash. Opposite that with increased reliance that is actually. It's not parenthetical. Such that with that. I think it's C. Because digital systems record indiscriminately, they cannot discern important parts of proceedings, other noises in the courtroom. Because digital systems record discriminately, they cannot discern them. Well, no semicolon, so it's a comma most likely. No period. Therefore, they cannot discern. B. That is B. No semicolon, no period. It's dependent, independent. Therefore, they no, not necessary. Despite this, a digital device does indeed record everything. Therefore, no, it's therefore consequently, a digital does not. Indeed, yeah, D consequent. Consequently, because it hears everything. A court reporter, however, no space. Subsequently, combustion fundamentally. However, in space, however, the combustion and the resulting fire behave in fundamentally different ways. However, 34 is B, however,